Get your stuff. Oh, I don't give a rat with your smoking kid.
What are you doing?
I'm taking him to live with me. And if you got a problem with that, you can talk to the barrel of my gun.
Nancy couldn't stand watching George go down the wrong path. George had grown sick of his chaotic life too, so he made the decisive choice to move in with his grandmother. Though his environment improved, George's old habits hadn't changed. That day, he was eyeing a calculator he desperately needed. When Tony, the stationery store owner, turned his back, George quickly stuffed the calculator inside his jacket and started walking out. He hadn't taken more than a few steps when Tony's cold voice stopped him. "Take it out." Hours later, Nancy picked George up from the police station. She didn't scold him or fly into a rage. She just tossed him a brand new calculator. "Hold him, study hard." But Nancy's gentleness only made George feel more ashamed. He hurled the calculator away. Nancy glared at him. "Get out and get that calculator, or don't bother getting back here." The look on his grandmother's face instantly reminded George of how his mother looked when she was angry. But this was different. Nancy wasn't really mad. Instead, she spoke with deep sincerity.
You gotta take care of business, you gotta go to school, you gotta get good grades to even have a chance.
Why do you even care what I do?
I ain't gonna live forever.
For the first time, George realized that the person who loved him most would eventually leave too. Family influence was only temporary. He could choose his own destiny. Back home, George accidentally discovered that his grandmother had been begging neighbors for food to support him and hadn't been able to afford her medication for months. At dinner, Nancy habitually cut off a large piece of chicken breast for George's plate, while her own bowl contained only a few lettuce leaves. Looking at her increasingly gaunt face, George felt his nose sting and his throat tight. He couldn't say a word. From that day on, George changed. He started working at a convenience store to help with expenses. At school, he stopped fooling around and buried himself in his studies. Every few days, he'd bring home a perfect test score. Years later, George was a graduate student at Yale Law School.
Get your stuff. Oh, I don't give a rat with your smoking kid.
What are you doing?
I'm taking him to live with me. And if you got a problem with that, you can talk to the barrel